Okay, this is going to be my tarot vblog part 2. Yeah, let's just get right into it here. Okay, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be uploading this because the one I just did, part 1, is still uploading on YouTube as I'm filming this. Okay, this is a little tiny mini tarot deck that I bought a few years ago. I don't really remember exactly when I bought it, but this is a cute little deck to carry around in your purse or your bag, what have you. I have used it for readings before, and I do get fairly good, fast results with it. Fairly straightforward when I read with it. As you can tell by the pictures on them, they're very simple, but that just makes it easier to read too, that simplicity. I do have a book with it somewhere as well with meanings of the cards in it, but at this point I'm pretty much got them all memorized. Anyway, it's Rider-Waite based, so not too complicated. Devil card. A lot of them are upside down. Anyway, yeah, that's that deck. Fun little thing. Okay. This is a Dragon Tarot deck. I bought this quite a few years ago. Haven't ever actually used it to do any kind of readings with it. When I bought it because I liked the pictures on it. I've been collecting tarot for quite a long time. Quite a few years. And I have, like I say, 31 decks of tarot cards and oracle cards together. So yeah, I have a lot of tarot cards. You might say I have an obsession with tarot cards. Not really. Maybe a little. Tiny bit. Okay, a lot. Hey, 30 decks is a lot of cards, man, okay? And I'm buying 3 more that I found online. And I'll probably keep buying them as they call out to me. So yeah, that's the Dragon Tarot. I'm really going to watch my time on these. This is the Merlin Tarot. Right here. And I've had these cards a while as well. Never used them for readings. I can't actually remember when I bought these. But they're kind of nice cards. I like some of the pictures on them. I may try to read with them. These cards are kind of confusing to me. These, I guess you call them pip cards. But yeah, I kind of do like the deck, and I may at some point try to do a reading with them. Like I said, I've had this one a long time. Very long. Like years. Literally. This deck is my very first ever tarot deck ever that I bought to learn how to read tarot. It was a beginner set. I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember who the artist is. And I no longer have the book to it. I just have the cards. I have used it for readings before in the past. I may start using it again, although it no longer really speaks to me like it once did. I have other tarot decks that I use more often, that I like more, so I use them more. I connect with other tarot decks better. But yeah, I still have this deck because it was my first ever tarot. Very first. That's that deck. And I'll crack this one open out of the box. This is the Night Sun Tarot. Night Sun Tarot. That's the back of all the cards there. I do like this deck. I haven't actually started using it. I only bought it a few months ago. It's sort of in the style of Thoth. Sort of. It's got that kind of feel to it. I do like it. It's the kind of deck you can sit and meditate on and get all kinds of meanings from. I like the colors in it, very vivid colors. I like the Thoth deck, by the way, which I do have a version of. It's a mini version. I'll show that to you eventually in another video, probably, because this one's getting long. Yeah, this is the Night Sun Tarot. It's a fairly new deck. I think it was just put out last year or this year, I'm not sure which. But I do like it. And it just flies out of my hand. Yeah. I do like this deck. It is a awesome deck. And I will be using it eventually. I say that about a lot of these cards, but yeah, I will be. Okay, so that was the Night Sun Tarot. This is a Rider-Waite deck, so I'm not really going to flip through too many of these cards. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite. It's not that much different than any other Rider-Waite deck you have out there. The only difference may be that the colors used in this deck are more vivid, bright, sort of almost like watercolor-like. So yeah, that's a Rider-Waite deck. I'm sure you've all seen I can't talk anymore. Rider-Waite decks. I'm sure you've seen them. They're everywhere. This is another Rider-Waite. Here. The colors in this one aren't as bright. They're more muted. I love this deck. I do read with the Rider-Waite deck quite a lot. It's very easy to read with. It's a good learning. You know, if you're learning tarot and you want to learn how to read tarot, get a Rider-Waite deck. Best thing you can do. Because this is a good thing to learn off of. Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, I'm not really going to spend too much time on that one because we've all seen Rider-Waites before. I also have one other version of the Rider-Waite, which I'll show you in another video. Briefly, it's a mini version of the standard Rider-Waite, but we'll get to that at some other point. This is the Magic Crow Tarot. I love these cards. Love these cards. I have done quite a few readings with these cards. And I get very good results when I read with them. These cards really do speak to me when I use them. Really, really. Love that card. So yeah, this is the Magic Crow Tarot, which I have shown pictures of in the past. Online somewhere, I'm sure. But that's that deck. The death card in this deck is one of my favorites for the death card. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. This is the death card in this deck. And it's got kind of a phoenix type quality to it, which to me is a good representation of what the death card is supposed to mean. It's about endings and new beginnings. What does a phoenix do? Burns bright, burns to ash, and then he comes back and burns bright again, right? So, I kind of like that card. And that's the Magic Crow Tarot. And how are we doing for time? Not bad. Okay. So, this is one of my vampire themed decks called the Vampire Tarot by Natalie Hertz. There's the backs. Love this deck. I have read with it. That's a Lestat card. You can't tell me that's not Lestat, man. Really? Come on. Okay, so I do love this deck. I do get good results when I read with it. It's one of the first decks that I actually used for readings. I didn't really start reading tarot until 2003 when I bought this deck. Before, it had been kind of just a novelty thing with me. Just, oh, pretty cards. I think I'll collect them. And then I bought this deck and decided, you know what? These cards really speak to me. I'm going to try to learn how to read tarot. And so my journey began with reading tarot. And it's a continuous learning process. And I love these cards. Anyway, yeah, so that's the Vampire Tarot by Natalie Hertz, which I get really good results with when I read with them. But I have so many decks now that I don't read with them that often anymore. This is another vampire-themed tarot. It is the Tarot of the Vampires by Ian Daniels. And I also like this deck as well. Haven't started using it yet. I only just bought it a month or two ago. But I do love the pictures on it, and I will probably start using it in readings. Sort of add it to my rotation, if you will. I mostly use the Rider-Waite now, mostly. And the Magic Crow I use a lot. And the Vampire Tarot that I just showed you before this one I use a lot. I have one other deck, which I'm going to be showing you, that I have been starting to use quite a bit, which I will show you right now. This very second. The cards are huge, but I like this deck. Didn't think I would like it. It's the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. And as you can see, it is a humongous deck. Humongous. I can barely hold it in my hands. My hands are so small. But I do like reading with this deck. I have read with this deck. I get good results when I read with this deck. I didn't think I would like it because Doreen Virtue, she's so new agey, poppy culture. I don't know, I mean, I've seen some of her videos and it's all angels, la la la, messages, whatever. I don't know. But I do like this deck, and I do get good results of it when I read with it. And the pictures are very, very vivid, and I like the colors. Not too keen on the borders, however. They are a bit distracting with the words and all the words. And why do you put so many words on the cards? But yeah, I do kind of like this deck. And I'm surprised that I do like it. Considering that a lot of the decks that I seem to be drawn to are darker themed decks, you know, vampires and monsters and whatever. But I do like this deck. The fairies and the angels and the unicorns and the mermaids. It's a nice deck. And I don't know if you can see this or not on my camera, but they've got this shiny silver gilded edges on them, which is kind of nice. Kind of like that. But yeah, that's the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot. And that's it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3.